We're here at the LA Auto Show, but back at the Paris show, Lotus announced 5 production cars. Since then, they've got all the budget funding, they've got the approval to go ahead with those programs. But we're here to talk about racing. We had the opportunity to talk to Dany Bahar, Global CEO. We're going to talk GT, the LMP2 program, IndyCar, big announcement with an engine, and F1. See what he has to say. So I understand the rich heritage of Lotus, and you do understand that I'm old enough to have my first fan of Jim Clark and remember the Lotus 3040s from the sports car. Now with LMP2, you're bringing that sports car heritage back to life. Yes. And you've got a famous designer doing your car right now. Can you tell us a little more about that program, how it's progressing?
Yeah, again, I think it's the same approach we apply to all our activities, is trying to understand the activity, going in from the back door, just very low profile, low key, and as at the moment we understand it, the moment we believe we can be a serious competitor, we then step up and come out of the dark and say, here we are. And with the LMP2 program is actually similar. Our ultimate goal is to run for Le Mans, actually. Yes. LMP1. But we need to do this through, as I said, through the back door, understand Le Mans series in general. So that's why we have decided to go into LMP2 with an own team or with customer team, needs to be decided. However, in all activities we do in motor racing, it's about winning, it's not about participating. That's why who better could help us in LMP2 than the designer of the winning car of Le Mans, Peugeot 908. So he accepted our invitation and is now designing the LMP2 car with obviously the objective to step up to a Le Mans car.
Now correct me if I'm wrong, you have not announced what power will be in that LMP2 car. And you announced with IndyCar that it will be a Lotus engine.
Yes.
With your partner Cosworth. Is that the same scenario for the LMP2 power?
Yeah, I think as a sports car manufacturer, you have to stick to one powertrain technology if you want. And I believe the heart and soul of a sports car is the engine. It has to give you all these characteristics and the emotion, the passionate things about the sports car. And so we have relied on Cosworth, which is a very close partner to us. And we will also be doing this in motor racing. So what we are trying to come up with and develop is obviously powertrains that can go into IndyCar, LMP2, GT, that derive from the same now, core technology.
Another of your partners is Toyota. Yes. Are these racing engines based on the core Toyota road car engine, or will this be racing engine design?
Well, it's a transition, obviously, because we have announced to run GT4 racing next year, GT4 Endurance, but also GT2 race on a current product that is called Lotus Evora that uses a Toyota powertrain. We're obviously, I would say, dependent on the technology from our close friend Toyota. So we'll be using and modifying the Toyota powertrains to come up into a racing shape.
Let's talk F1. I know there are a lot of things going on, so I will be diplomatic and not terribly controversial.
Then you know more than I do.
Oh, there you go. Very good. Well, probably not. Will there be a Lotus name in F1 next year?
That's a pretty straightforward answer. You wanted to be diplomatic. That's not diplomatic.
Okay, then you can say no, sir.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Again, I probably repeat myself. There is always the same way of doing things, of doing Lotus things, and we did it with the Lotus racing team this year by lending our name, to see whether a return to Formula One with our big name makes sense, whether it helps us and so on. So we did very decent cooperation with them, which I think was satisfactory to us. But now we need to move forward. We need to understand whether it still works out for us or whether we should be doing something on our own. But I guess it's easy to understand with a program like we have just announced yesterday 5 cars to be launched, all these racing activities. I don't think we have much headroom to how to say, to manage also Formula One activities.
Well, first of all, congratulations from Paris to now having all the programs funded and approved and moving forward.
Yes.
I will be diplomatic and not talk about Renault or Toyota in terms of the possibility of moving forward. Can you share with us when you think there will be resolution in terms of an F1 plan?
I mean, I can tell you that our shareholders who are Malaysian based, and obviously the owners of the Lotus racing team, the F1 team, are Malaysian based as well. So it's a matter that our shareholders are dealing with directly, and I think they're trying to find, both parties are trying to find an amicable solution. And as I said, we're so busy with our own activities that it is not really. We're not really very much involved in this, but I have all the trust that our shareholders will be able to sort this out in the due course.